Call of Duty Ghosts released 11 years ago, and it was the first Call of Duty to come out on the next-gen consoles at that time, the PS4 and the Xbox One. But for me, I had not yet upgraded to the PS4 until the year after, so I played Ghosts on my PS3. Then the next year, I moved on to PS4 and never really came back. But in recent years, I've been going back to these old Call of Duty games at least once per year and checking in how they're doing. So today we're checking in on Ghosts here on the PS3. And Ghosts, I think, is a somewhat underrated COD game. It gets a decent amount of hate, but yet it was actually still pretty lively to this day. I mean, in terms of for PS3 and a lot of these older PS3 COD games, you're pretty much only ever going to be able to play Team Deathmatch in the multiplayer. And of course, you're going to want to have all the DLC uninstalled so that you can actually play. But I ended up playing on the weekdays to find out what the players were like, what the lobbies were like, who was left playing, and how many people were on at different times of the day on the weekdays, which kind of gives a good idea because on the weekends there's a little bit more players generally, so a weekday's a good indication of how the game's probably doing. So I checked in on different days in the early morning, in the afternoon, and later at night. When I checked in on an early morning, there was over 100 players online, with 100 of them being in Team Deathmatch, and I was pretty surprised because it was pretty early in the morning and I found a match pretty much straight away. Now I am in the West Coast US region, but it appears I was playing with Mexicans, as most of them had Spanish names and were speaking in Spanish. But during this time, I was able to play matches, have a good time. It was pretty casual for the most part. Had a good time playing, honestly, and I could back out, find different lobbies, but not too many, of course, maybe just 3 different lobbies or so that I was able to play full of players. And when I went to check Extinction, however, I said there was 3 possible lobbies, but I searched for a good 10 minutes and I couldn't find anyone playing early on in the morning. Then getting on in the afternoon, which is about the time people should be getting off of work or out of school, there was over 200 players online, and this was on a Monday. So even though it said that, it took me a little bit of time to find a lobby of Team Deathmatch. I had to search for a few minutes, and even then the game started half full, and slowly people started to fill in as the match went on, however. But thanks to the player count, you could likely back out and just find more lobbies as well. It seems the player count that it shows could possibly be worldwide, so that could be why sometimes it took a little while to search for matches and other times it didn't, even with lesser players on for me. When I went to check Extinction this time, I was able to find pretty much a full lobby and play a match with them, and when I was searching for Extinction Point of Contact at that time, it said there were 7 possible lobbies to find. And to play the multiplayer just fine, I of course don't have any of the Extinction DLCs installed, even though I love their DLC maps, and they're mostly a lot better than the base default map, but alas, you're going to find a lot of people just playing the default Point of Contact map here, compared to probably no one really playing the DLC ones. But presumably you could probably make some friends and then just invite them to the DLC maps if you're wanting to play those. So I then checked the game late at night, and compared to the early morning where it actually had a decent amount of players, late at night had the least amount of players when I checked on a weekday here, with about only 68 online, with an actual 50 playing Team Deathmatch. When I searched for a match, however, I was able to get in pretty much right away, and it was a full lobby I was playing. But it seems there's probably not going to be many other matches during that time frame at least. And then when I tried to search for Extinction lobbies, it said there was only 1 potential game, and I couldn't find a match even though I searched for 10 minutes. So it seems the prime times of playing Ghosts multiplayer, at least here in the West Coast US region, is in the earlier mornings and the kind of afternoon times when everyone's getting off of work or school. And if you're specifically interested in Extinction, it's going to be just in that middle time frame, midday. As for the cheating or hacking going on in the multiplayer, I actually didn't run into any of it throughout all my time playing. But of course, all this could be dependent on whatever region you're playing in, but it seems you can just play and connect with other regions here on Ghosts, as it seemed to be doing for me. But with all that said, that's the state of Call of Duty Ghosts here on the PS3 in 2024. If you guys enjoyed and find this video useful, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more PS3 videos. And next up, we're going to be taking a look at Advanced Warfare and then Black Ops 3 before the year ends. So until next time, peace out, guys.